Nothing broken? What happened?
Black Frost wanted to give us a warm welcome to his domain.
And his concubine managed to separate us. Edwin,
What can I do?
I would like to ask you... So what's the deal between you and Black Frost?
Once upon a time, we were both Ice Lords.
Don't take me for a fool. There's more to it than that.
Since nothing escapes your insightful eye, Black Frost and I were close before I lost my powers.
Close? So things got hot between two Ice Lords?
That is none of your affair.
On the contrary, it just might be proof that you had a heart.
My heart has nothing to do with it. Our relationship was purely political. This alliance could have helped us to get the upper hand over the other Ice Lords.
What screwed it up?
He betrayed me first.
I hate when that happens.
When the other Ice Lords finally noticed our strengthened connection and felt threatened by it, he reacted by sacrificing me to save his own skin. He is the one who suggested to the others that they dispossess me of my powers and leave me to live as a miserable human.
Yeah, that's a deal breaker. I would like to ask you... Thanks. This place stinks of death.
Ancient sewer flooded with rotting corpses, so I guess your nose is still working.
I thought the Deadwalkers preserved dead bodies.
The ones they can use, yes. Sadly, the human body is made in such a way that not every piece is worth saving.
There's no way to get through here.
The feeling grows stronger. I believe I recognize the magical signature of an artifact. This is not a creature.
With all these stiffs in the way, we can't go any farther for the moment. We need to find the source of all these deaths. Maybe it has something to do with the artifact.
Vulcan, I knew that you would find us.
Did you get separated? Where are the others?
Well, the attack of this concubine took us by surprise. The group was broken up, and unfortunately not everyone managed to escape. We set up camp and did some reconnaissance.
What did you find out?
Not very much for the moment. This area is particularly hostile. There is a powerful, corrupting magic everywhere. It seems to strengthen the undead and weaken us. Nevertheless, Mathras seems to thrive in this strange atmosphere. He has been serving as our scout.
I recognize this corrupting magic. It promotes the creation of new troops for the Deadwalker army.
I can feel it, but it doesn't seem to be everywhere.
Certain zones are probably unaffected. Black Frost uses them to keep his prisoners in good condition while waiting for their conversion.
Charming. He keeps the meat chilled. I'm guessing that's why his soldiers are tougher than the others.
Exactly. And that is exactly why you are going to have to reach the palace without me. I have no intention of ending up like those miserable creatures. You have the energy of the World Heart within you. I doubt whether the magic can have any real effect on you, but it is different for the rest of us. We must try to avoid zones permeated with corruption.
I understand. Let's go and find Mathras. He might have found out something useful. Edwin, I need to speak to you.
What can
I would like to... Any idea what the source of power in the sewers might be?
I think it must be a relic. Something very ancient and powerful.
How is it that Black Frost hasn't gotten a hold of it?
Either the object is too well defended, or it is actually harmful to him, which could be to your advantage.
Do you think that the elves might have made it?
It's probable. This place was once an elven town where lived many sages and seekers. More or less the counterparts of your red scribes, but with much pointier ears. It's highly possible that they discovered or created this source of power. I believe it might have some kind of connection with the World Heart.
I like not thy friend, but I must admit, she has a gift for arousing my curiosity.
Thanks.
You down there. We're here. Come and help us. Stood on for too long.
This door is blocked from the other side. This door is blocked from the other side.
I owe you my life, human. And more, actually.
Don't worry about it. It's been happening to everyone lately. There's a camp a bit of the way up. You should go there while the coast is clear.
Thank you. But there are still some prisoners over there. I can't just leave and act as if I don't know what's in store for them.
I'll see what I can do for them. Go back to the camp. The Red Scribes can take care of you.
Fantastic. Thanks again, soldier. Hope to see you at your camp.
Finally.
I know. The truth is, I kicked all the Dead Walkers' asses weeks ago, but I need some time to work up the guts to let you out, knowing how you'd be bitching at me.
Good to see you, Vulcan. I was up the creek this time.
Didn't want to tarnish the legend. Don't stay here. There's a camp not far away. Bet you're starving.
I heard voices across the way there. Elves, I think. Also prisoners.
Don't worry about that. I took care of it. Did you see any of our guys around?
Yeah. There's one of those ugly women on 4 legs around. She got several of our guys. I was able to observe her a bit. Looks like she's avoiding those pillars that are around here. That may be something you can use if you feel like fighting her. And knowing you...
A concubine, huh? Yeah, I won't let her get away from me.
Good. More power.
Smoker.
Matras, you're still alive.
Are you trying to be funny? Of course I am. Though I did nearly have to change bodies. So here we are, a little closer to our goal. Of course, the next thing we must do is to find a way to dispose of Blackfart's wives.
Blackfart's wives?
Are you shocked? Blackfrost's polygamy is probably a reflection of his megalomania, even though it was quite common in the past. The most powerful of them is called the Guardian. She is protecting the palace entry, and I fear she is invulnerable as long as her 3 sisters live. You must first face the Creator, the Stalker, and then the Watcher, if you are to have any chance of defeating her.
I've already beaten one of them. I can kill the others.
I don't doubt it, but this place is bathed in a kind of corruption that lends strength to these creatures.
Is there a way of getting rid of it?
Probably. There are still a few Red Scribes around. Stupid though they are, they may have some idea how to proceed. Did you know that before it became Blackfart's Folly, this place was originally a palace built by the elves, devoted entirely to theater and song?
I don't think that's gonna help me much.
Alas, what a dull world it has become. You know, the acoustics in there are quite wonderful. You should give it a listen while you're killing the concubines.
What do you know about these creatures?
Well, I don't know them as intimately as I'd like, but I believe they are women who were chosen for their diverse talents. And our fine Ice Lord decided to transform them. He calls them his concubines, and they serve him faithfully in every way. The dream of many men, I presume.
Mathras, do you have a moment?
My dear, I have all of eternity.
I want to ask you a couple of questions. Why are you still here?
Well, you see, my dear, my curiosity knows no bounds. And you already know I'm immortal. I should think those two reasons would be enough to allow me to be present for the end of the world, though obviously it is my dearest wish that your little plan should succeed. Your capacity to resist the intrusion in your body of an extraordinary spirit is absolutely fascinating. Know that if the world is not totally destroyed in the next few hours, but that you should fall, I will personally ensure that your story is remembered.
I don't know if I should thank you for that. This Black Frost, have you ever met him before?
It's entirely possible, but if I did, he didn't go by that name in those days. You see, at that time, I found the company of any and all living creatures quite simply unbearable. I had decided to move to an area as far away from anyone else as possible. As the desert climate tends to wear out my bodies faster, I opted to move up to the great frozen north. I lived there peacefully in my modest palace for some years, until one day, a small group of people arrived. There were a dozen apprentice sorcerers who called themselves the White Lords. Believe me, in those days, Lord was about the last thing anyone would think of calling them. On reflection, I should have slain them on the spot for having disturbed my peace and stolen some books from my archives. But I was rather bored, and their thefts intrigued me, and so I followed them. I picked up their trail in a city a few towns along. There were quite a few of them at the time, and the locals seemed to like them well enough.
Are you talking about the Ice Lords?
Yes, of course, though they weren't calling themselves that. I watched them for a while, but they were so ridiculous that I quickly grew bored of them. Clearly, managing to steal from my library had been the result of the merest stroke of luck.
And Black Frost?
Doubtless he was one of them. A talentless conjurer who imagined himself a great mage without having any of the abilities to go with the title. Of course, with the passing of time, and using my research, they finally managed to achieve their goal. If they're still the gang of megalomaniacs that they were, then they are extremely dangerous.
Did you know all along that Edwin was really the White Lady?
Yes, even though I almost didn't recognize her with all that clothing on. You may not believe it, but when she was a young girl amongst the White Lords, she liked to stroll around nearly naked.
How come you never said anything?
Oh, please. It would be a shame to spoil the delightful humor of such a situation.
Talk to you later. The concubine is keeping a pretty good watch over the way to the palace.
There is no hope of defeating the Guardian while her fellow concubines still live. The slightest wound...